Guys, man.
So, thank you guys. I've got Madz and Jakus on the
Respect,
podcast.
yeah,
two very talented musicians from Prim Sound. Obviously, you do your own stuff as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Funny, I know Z very well, but I knew you first, Jakus, out of anyone.
Yeah.
I seen you do a freestyle, and I was at an event like not long before it. It was, you know, J1. He was doing an event around Leeds. I think he did like a little show at Trinity. And it was in cooperation with this like clothing brand. I can't remember what it was.
Oh yeah.
Was I there? Was
I don't think he was there, but now I remember.
Yeah, and I remember speaking. I remember like chatting grease to this guy at this fucking party afterwards, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for talent." And I'd seen your freestyle, even though I didn't know you, and I passed you both along on the contact details, and then I seen you at Hyde Park some other times, and it's mad how like even though like I've only been here for 3 years, the connections you make from people from the most randomest places,
isn't it? It's like everything just comes back like full circle.
Yeah, mate, it's so mad. Leeds is such a small place as well.
So I remember you shouted at me one time, and I think I just chipped from Hyde Park and that, and I must have been on my story and that, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I should come smoke a zoo." And I was like, "Oh yeah." Shit, and then years later, do you know what I mean? It comes with Z and that, and we're...
I know. It is mad how the world works.
Yeah,
trust me. How's the last year been for both of you, like personally for music and even just like with coronavirus and shit?
It's been like up and down really with the music. Like last year, I'm being as much serious. There's been a lot of stuff that's just kind of like stopped us, and that's what we just gotta keep going in it. Obviously solo and as a group as well, but yeah, we've been putting out stuff.
What about personally, bro?
Nah, not really. Personal stuff's not really been as much. Well, for me anyway, I'd say it ain't really been as active.
What about for you, Jakus?
Nah, yeah, everything's been mental, man. Like the last year, like
trust me.
There's just been so much stuff going on. Like up north, we've took like loads of. We've just tried to be well more active. Like before, obviously Bream Sound, like obviously we love partying and that and chilling and do. So it was kind of like off focus with the music. Well, we was doing it. Yeah, we was doing it hard, but like we was going performances all the time and that. Whereas now, obviously with COVID, we've been
since like 2020, innit, really?
Yeah, we've been kind of forced into a position where like, now we need to think about let's get the records there, get the content there, and then obviously we've done some like big projects and that over the course of the last like year and that, and then from there like stuff's just been going on, bro. Like we've just been up and down, meeting new people, linking.
And it says in 2021
artists.
in a short time, we've done quite a lot, you know.
You have.
We've done quite a lot.
I've only noticed just from CNZ that you've been putting in work, like meetings every day, like you're taking it proper serious, and there'll come to a point where it'll come to a point where you'll start to see
Z was
the
here
payoff.
drinking in it last night. He was in the meeting as well. He was in the meeting. It's like 2 seconds.
But it's good though, because like I know little stuff that you put fines on each other as well to make sure that you're all like.
If you're late as well, if you're late to any studio session or you're late to a meeting, you're fine.
It's good because like it keeps you all on track.
If you're late to anything, you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Any like link up or whatever, you're fine.
You always got to be like professional and on point.
Yeah.
How do you think? Obviously, like I said, you done loads of shows before everything got locked down. How do you think the music industry, in terms of like putting on events, is going to change because of what's happened in the last year?
And I think it'll dramatically change in it. I don't know like how, but I feel like it's going to be well different in terms of events, because we ain't got not really booked. Like they're saying everything's open in June and stuff, like clubs and stuff, but I'm not too sure.
They moved the goalposts.
Like, everyone's like well prang of each other now. Like it's really like, and obviously like I know in like certain circumstances like it hasn't changed. Like not really that much has changed for me.
Sit back just for the mic if that's alright.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, bro.
So not really that's calm. Not really much has changed for me, but I know like people are obviously weird about like kind of socially linking and that, so it might affect it for a while. I feel like it'll slowly get back to normal, but like I feel like gigs and especially I feel like the non-professional music, not non-professional, but like sort of amateur music, like
people that are
up and coming music is going to be kind of hit the most, because people might be thinking, oh yeah, I might.
Because networking's a big part in music, like plays majority of the part, and if everyone's been in this little stagnant, like in their house or whatnot, then when it comes to meeting each other.
But at the same time, bro, people are probably just going to be like, yo, fuck it, bro. Like, I've been trapped in my yard for fucking years upon years and that, and there's some mad event going on, so fuck it, we're going to.
Do you know, there's so many external factors, like, even if you think of money, like, think of, like I said, upcoming artists, like, you're not, like, you guys know more than anyone how much money you actually need to put in to put yourself in a better position, and think of how many people would have lost their job in the last year and have been struggling, and now we're opening back up, but then still you've got people, like I said, that are still afraid to go out, but then even there are people that are going to struggle struggle to get judged because there aren't that many going as well, because so many people have taken a hit.
Probably
That still, even though
people.
there are people that are like probably taking on people, it's probably not as much as before.
Yeah.
And even in terms of like putting on events now, like there's going to be so many more restrictions. Like I said, it's so weird. I think being here in Headingley, especially, or Headingley High Park, wherever you want to be, it's not a realistic example, or a realistic view of what's been going on in the world, really, because a lot of people around here haven't really given any fucks about what's going on. So everyone's still really been seeing each other.
I say it every single time I'm here, bro. I'm like, Headingley is like fucking Disneyland, bro.
Yeah.
Like honestly, bro, it's like Creamfields and that. Like while you're waiting for Creamfields, like, do you know what I mean?
It's
Like
a
if you want to go to a
continuous kind of
festival
thing.
in between all the festival season and that, go at Headingley. If you literally walk up and fucking whistle for 5 minutes, you're gonna find a party.
Yeah,
you'll
mate.
find something going on.
Mate, there was someone last night here, to be fair. We were just like last night we were all of our mates, like all people we knew, and I was downstairs having a drink, and this guy comes up to me like, oh yeah, whose gaff is this? I was like, oh it's mine, lad. I was like, oh, who'd you come with? I was like, oh no one, bro. I was at a party next door, and I just seen that it looked alright, and so I just walked in. I was
It looked more.
I was like, oh, yeah.
It's just like that, innit? Like,
I was like, I appreciate the honesty, but like, you're probably gonna have to walk out, bro. Do you know what I mean? But it happens all the time, bro. And to be honest, I was probably in that position as well, especially when I was moving here. You're trying to make mates, and you just, especially when you have a few drinks around here. Like I said, any street you go onto, there's something going on. Whether that's a party, whether that's a few people just having a gathering outside, it's a mad place.
It's been like that for time, though, innit? Like, it's just always been like that.
Definitely. Well, what gives you guys like the drive to keep pushing, and like I said, because this year's been so up and down, like what helps you guys maintain that drive when there's so much uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen next?
I'd say like having each other, like as a collective, I think we all push each other in that way. So I just say having each other, obviously reaching out and just making music, innit? Like just constantly just making music and hopefully just pushing and stuff like that. But I'd say just having obviously like us, 5 of us as a team around us, innit? We're always giving each other that boost and stuff. So yeah.
Bro, this is like, I mean, obviously, like this is what we all want to do. Do you know what I mean? Like,
all on the same wavelength, innit?
The main driving force, like, is doing this music.
Wanting to be successful and wanting to push yourself.
Bro, like we was doing music like when it wasn't even cool to do this kind of music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
when,
back time ago.
Back in the day when everyone was listening to like Nickelback and shit. Do you know what I mean? Like when it was like, obviously like the rock way is sick. Like I fuck with all kinds of music in it, but like obviously like now over the last few years you've had like grime come through, drill come through, Afro beats. Everything's like,
you just see it when you've been doing music for a long time. You just see it. Yeah, it is more popular, innit? Like obviously kids will just look up to MCs and they'll want to be
a good vibe. Yeah. You know, I don't know about what you guys think, you might guys agree with me, but I feel like in the last like a year or two, there's been such a fucking influx of UK artists.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's so many people now doing music, and there's a lot of people that are also extremely talented. How hard do you find that? Obviously, when you're trying to like build your own brand, but there's obviously like the level of competition. It's not competition because you're all in it for the same reason, but like at the same time, it kind of is competition because like you're all trying to get the best out of anything.
Bro, it's 100% like competition. Like there's bare talented artists and that through the UK and that, and there's a lot of people as well, even with like COVID and that, there'd have been a lot of people that like maybe wasn't doing music or whatever, but it was like kind of half doing it and whatever, but then because all your hobbies and that have been shut down, like you can't go out, you can't do all this stuff, like people have channeled that and it's probably created bare more artists as well.
For sure.
Made them probably improve a lot more and stuff.
It's made people like the dark times is what brings out the best times.
Like for time and that last year, like at the start of like COVID and that, when it was like a mad thing and everyone was treating it like World War Z and that, and it was like, do you know what I mean? When it was like 28 days later, and people didn't even want to look at you in the shop. Like when it was this mad thing, like I was just in my yard like pretty much the whole time, just recording, and there's probably bare people that was doing.
Yeah, definitely.
This last year's probably either made you or broken you. One of the two. So Madz, we'll start with you. What was your upbringing like? Like how was growing up, and what was the inspirations for you to get into music? How did you get into music?
Just my area really. I grew up in Tysel, innit, so like there was people around there that was obviously it was like a baseline type of era around there, like in like 2008, 2007 it was like that, innit? So you just see people on the street and they're just be spitting. So you're just intrigued. If you walk into the shop or anything, you just see a group of people spitting, and obviously because you knew people around the area.
How old were you that time?
I was 13, like 12, 13. They was a lot older, innit? They was like 14, 15, just a bit older than me, innit? Like 3-4 years. But you just see it, you just be intrigued. And yeah, I just want to get involved in that. And obviously my dad's in music as well, like he produces, he DJs. So it's been kind of like a thing like that where.
So you've always been around.
Yeah, it's always been around me. But I'd say like, what made it go forward, like my area really, just seeing people do it, and I just wanted to get involved now. And just like I've just had a passion for it ever since.
What are your musical inspirations? Who do you look up to?
It depends really, man. There's a lot of inspirations. I'd say my favourite like is Kendrick Lamar at the moment. I've been blasting that. I'd say my favourite album is, there's actually a collective called Strange Fruit Project. They've got an album called Soul Travelling. That's one of my best albums. And I don't know. That's about it really. It's hard to say off the top because I've had loads of inspirations.
So many. You got
as I go through my career,
well,
innit? So
Jake, what about you? What was your upbringing like, and what made you get into music? What were your inspirations to it?
My upbringing was kind of like a weird one, really. Like, obviously my mum and that's from like down south, and her family like from like London side and that. And obviously we came up like when I was like little, but we was always kind of down there like with her sister and stuff. And I've got like older cousins and that obviously from down there. So like the whole evolution of like the UK like garage scene and stuff like that. Like my cousin used to DJ like drum and bass and like garage and that. So every time I used to go down there, I was just hearing him like on the decks in the room, like he'd just be like, do you know what I mean, spun in suits, just DJing and that with like the old decks and that with all the old like drum and bass tunes and shit. So I was just hearing all this stuff growing up, and then like Heartless Crew and weird stuff all the way through to like Dizzy and stuff like that. And I was just always into that kind of music. But then like up north, I went through loads of different stages really. Like my upbringing, like we started off in like Girlington, it's like an area of Bradford, and then my mum and that started doing with a business and stuff, and then we moved to Belden, which is like a decent area, and because I had a lot of like stuff going on like childhood and that, like I had a few family issues and stuff like that. I actually ended up living in like a youth hostel for a while, like when I was younger, and like while I was at that youth hostel, basically because like I had fuck all in it at them times, and like I was down and stuff, and I ended up going to I'd always been like writing bars and stuff like that. I was only just getting into it. I ended up going to a youth club in Ollerton.
Yeah, that's why I met you, innit?
Yeah, well, I met him.
That was when I was
But it was like I met his dad like before I met him, kind of thing.
We weren't close. It'd just be like, it's safe.
Yeah.
How old were you when you first met?
Well, you must have been about 16, innit?
16, yeah.
So I was like 14,
Yeah, about 16.
I was about 14, innit? Because my dad worked there, so and there was a studio, so he would just force him to go. He's like, yo, just land here.
Bro, they just
I know that you're right, innit? So let's go. And I was there, and then obviously I met him. I met
there was just like youngers, olders and that, and people used to be just like spinning like grind beats, and people would just grab the mic in it, and you used to spit bars, and there was literally loads of MCs and that from Bradford that used to go to like that Ollerton Youth Club. And just pretty much met like the whole scene through there. And then like for me, like it was weird, bro, because it was like I had some like revelation where like I was like, yo, this is like,
it clicks in you. Sometimes you have a moment where it just clicks in you. Yeah. Like you realise, oh fuck.
And it's like you kind of knew like, yo, this is what I actually want to do for life. I can't see myself doing something any different.
So you got to put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. As mad as it seems, innit? Yeah. Like that's what I want to do, innit?
Trust me. Like I always think like I was kind of like lost in that, like when I was like a teenager, and like in terms of what I wanted to do and who I was chilling with, and like I didn't really like feel like I fit in that much. And then like as I've got older and as like I've kind of come into the friendship group and that like even that I'm in now, I've kind of like I've got that sense of belonging there. And like the first time I felt like that was when I started going there and I started spitting bars with the other MCs, and everyone was just trying to like make each other improve in it. Like it was like man would be like, oh yeah, spit your bar like
competition.
This. Yeah, it was sick. And it wasn't even like it was like there was no real like mad rivalry like at that time. Like it was like there was like
just trying to help each other out sort of thing.
Basically, yeah. Because
it's so mad. Like I'm only 21. Obviously, you guys are older than me, but I've already noticed. Like when you're growing up, like I said, like when I was at school, I never really had any friends. Like in the whole, say in the last like 7-8 years, especially with me moving here, you realise you go through so many different people that you meet, so many people that you call friends, and then you end up getting to a point where like even though like now like the people I live with now like probably the closest group of mates I have ever met for a long time, but you got to go through all those experiences of being in different groups of people, going through, even going through shit with other friends, and you because each I watched a Joe Rogan interview with Demi Lovato, funny enough, and she the way she put it was, everyone that you have experiences with are like your teachers. It's like even if they're bad to you, like you're learning off them. Exactly.
That's right. You know, that's probably. Yeah,
it's so true. Like the way she put it was so good, because everything, any experience, good or bad, is what makes you and what forms you into making sure that either doesn't happen again.
We can all say we've at least experienced something bad and good in it, so.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, even watching like other people handle situations like badly and stuff, it's like around you, it's like you learn
makes you think
from
about
them,
things,
and you start to think, oh well, when I'm in a similar thing to that, I don't want to act like that. Or I have acted like that before, and now I'm seeing it from an outside perspective. Maybe I shouldn't be like that. Maybe I should move. Maybe I should move differently. Yeah, it's mad. I always say that as well. Like, it don't matter like how, like, I don't know, like how rich someone is, or how where someone comes from, or like even just what type of interest that person's got. Like, if you sit down and take the time to have a conversation with a person, I guarantee you'll come back. You'll have learned at least one thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Something's better than nothing. Really.
So, how did you guys then go from when you started like meeting together at the youth club? When did you start actually decide to think, okay, maybe we should actually start like making music together properly? Like, when did you get into
that? Wasn't even years after, because if it
was time after.
Because we was in like It's hard to explain, innit? Like,
because did you start your clothing brand before?
No, that wasn't a mix. I was like, that was like.
Basically, we had like bare mutuals and that, and he'd done a tune with this other guy that I know.
Oh, Tap. Yeah. So someone going to London, innit? We're trying to shoot in London.
And basically, I can't remember whether it was JD or whether it was
JD Mustache
or Lee J even. It might have even been.
I can't remember. I think
one of these. Anyway, someone asked me in that to come in that, and I was like, "What London? What music? Yeah, no, I'm there, mate."
Now like shoot a video. Innit?
Yeah, obviously these lot was going down to shoot a video and that. So and he just asked me if I wanted to land in that, and obviously like I've gone on the way there, and obviously like I've pretty much not changed like since the whole time. Like basically we've got a coach, National Express.
Right,
it's got to be done.
I've stepped on.
Damn right.
Ball of Smirnoff. Like, yo, we're going to London. Do you know what I mean?
I was looking like, yo, this guy's getting it cracking, but yeah, safe. I'm on that. I'm on that as well. Because everyone was on like it was only him that was kind of on this. Everyone was kind of on like a stagnant thing, like, oh, nah, it's serious.
Sometimes you got to bite the bullet and just try it.
Yeah.
And especially the whole aura of like going down to London, I can imagine, was just even more exciting.
Right, it was sick. That was like my first time. Was your first time? Like, from a musical point, innit?
Yeah, from music. Yeah, musically, yeah. Cause all my family and that are from down there, so like I've been down there like quite a lot, like during my life. But yeah, like it was one of them things, bro. I was just like, oh yeah. I was like, what, you want me to sit on a 4-hour coach? And that, I was like,
it's a long coach, but you know what it is? It's worth the commitment. Like especially like I said, like even though like I've gone down to London before, even when we've gone to like Manchester or whatever, I'd rather, like, especially when you're broke as well, like the cheapest way possible to save as much money for when you actually get
National Express or Megabus. It's one of them two.
Megabus isn't even that bad, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think Megabus is better than National Express.
It's a lot longer though. But
we did Megabus, like not even that many trips I got like to London, innit? Like, what was it? Was it this year or was it last year when we went proper early? I'm sure we got like.
No. We were meeting Ocean.
Nah,
that was Train.
Nah. We went to BBC Introducing.
Oh yeah. Oh, with JD.
We got like a Megabus, yeah, but obviously because the Megabus is so cheap, it's like £4.
So
like,
cheap.
yeah, fuck it, we've gone. It's like 4:30 in the morning.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not.
It's 4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning.
I guess you could probably sleep on most of the way there.
Yeah.
Not me. I can't lie.
But
when I'm sleeping, I need to lay down. I need to kick my feet back. I can't sleep. You just like up like this. No, it's not. It's not the one for me.
Unless I'm with that, there's no way I'm going to sleep in front of a group of people. Like, you're around bare people, do you know what I mean?
And also you get worried that, well, obviously it's different. It's more like when you're going from London, because I think the ones that you get from London, it's only like one coach to like Glasgow.
Yeah.
So like you got to be careful. Imagine falling asleep and waking up in Glasgow. That wouldn't be ideal.
We've done that Glasgow trip, bro, before. I'm telling you,
I've done
the worst trips, bro.
Yeah, I've got a brother that lives in Glasgow, innit? So we went up there one time and we've done that. Fucking hell, man.
So it's like 7 hours, 7-8 hours.
I think it's roughly like about 6 hours. I think.
Anyway, I don't know how.
Because they stop off everywhere. It's like Newcastle, and they stop off bare different places.
Yeah, because it's not the quickest route. It's just as many people and as much money as they can make.
You always stop off in like Carlisle, innit?
Yeah.
Sure, like Carlisle for.
But that's like the midpoint, innit? It's long.
So when did you actually join Preem Sound then? when was the first time that you all got together? Because the first track that you all did together, I swear, was it the Do For Love?
That was when me, him, and Thingy, because we was living together at the point. And then obviously we was around Z and that. Then we were just doing stuff, but it wasn't Preem Sound at that time. It was just us three and Z. We were just making music. I had the studio in the living room, and we were just making music. And then it kind of weirdly just happened, innit? Like the music just happened. I think we got on a track. The first track I say we did was what?
The first track.
I'm saying the first track, not the first track like out. I'm saying the first track of all of us, me, you, Nige, Talent is. See, like all of us, innit? What is the first thing?
It's not. Is it? Is it not? It's not.
No, it's not 48 hours because we actually put that out the next day.
Because we did.
Which
we did Flamboyant, innit?
Oh yeah.
But that was just me, you, and K95.
Yeah,
and then
that were kind of introducing it. We're just
playing
around
at that point. Sort of thing,
yeah.
And this is when we was like started to chill together like proper hard, and that obviously like we was chilling with we was chilling with Z like all the time anyway. Because we was just at our yard and that, but we'd been chilling for time us like anyway. So like since we was,
it didn't come out of nowhere sort of thing.
Yeah, so like I started chilling with like these lot, like getting to know these lot more when I think it was Sealy's 18th.
Yeah.
And we went to this like bunk barn thing in the middle of nowhere and that, and obviously like I was working like next door to Sealy's, and he was like, oh yeah, like you know my cousin Madz, you might as well come through to this.
Oh, you and Sealy cousins?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
mad! I didn't know that.
Family.
And he was like, yo, you might as well land through to this thing then. And I was like, yeah, no, fuck it, I'll come.
It was his birthday, innit?
And then like from there, it was just mad, innit?
He was there,
got waved, like let off fire extinguishers, got kicked out.
Oh yeah, innit? Fucking hell.
Went out proper style.
Yeah, and then just like we just ended up chilling like in a this guy that we know is at yard, and that just ended up like just having this straight like month long house party, like it was nuts. And it was just, and we was just like going to work and then like coming back, and then just like it was just fucking
it's a mad lifestyle. Even I look back on like my first couple of years when I was doing like it's fucking crazy about shit you do.
My body won't be able to take any.
Nah, definitely not.
Talent and K just like come through in it like every now and again.
Because Talent was doing ball in it back then. That was like 2013. That he was doing football and stuff. So we'd just see him now and again, Nige, and like say lived in Barnsley in it.
And then what I reckon it was, was like when these lot come through and they did the sidestep boogie in it, but like years before it came out.
Oh,
so these lot did the sidestep boogie. These lot have banged this video, and obviously like Z and Talent, that family in it. So obviously these lot have banged this video doing this like sidestep boogie, and I've been like, yo, it's fucking cold that.
Yeah.
Like, what's
so
that?
All this sick at, and then you just kind of got left.
Yeah, and he just got left for time.
It's so mad that like I didn't realise until I get like an insight, like I said, from like seeing around Z, how much like music you've actually already made, but you hold off on for a while.
Yeah.
Or like you like it's like even the thing with artists, I can imagine you make a song and you finish it, but is it you either hold it off for the right timing or because you're not so convinced, then you go back to it and you're like, you know what, it's actually still sick.
Things just come out of the archive like years later and that. But yeah, like with Preem and that, like I swear, like it's bare hard to explain it because it's like.
We can't tell when it happened.
Yeah, it was all like
it's like none of us sat down and said, "Yo, we're gonna collect it." It just happened, and then we put out the 48 hours and the reception we were getting, and then we just kind of clocked like, this is something special. This I can't lie, like and then it just.
Well, I'm telling you, at this point now, we spend so much time together. I feel like I've just been in Preem my whole life, mate. I can't even put like a pinpoint on like when it started or when it was a thing. I just know that like
literally
this is what we are now, and this is how it is.
How important is it for you guys? Because obviously I've known both of you guys like the importance of doing your own shit, like making your own beats, making your own sounds, having your own studio. How important is it like for anyone that's listening that's like trying to come up as musicians as well? Because there are loads of guys that probably got talent that probably write their own bars, but they won't be as focused or they won't see the importance of having to make their own beats. But I feel like from an outsider's perspective, if you have the ability to make your own music, make your own beats, make your own studio, it sets you apart from so many other people because you can focus your own talent and you don't have to have that middleman coming in, taking away kind of a lot of your talent. Well, it's not a middleman taking away your talent because they've obviously got the talent as well, but it does set you apart from other people because it shows how much more versatile you are.
I feel like the studio thing, like my advice if anyone's up and coming, save every bit of money and just get your own studio because you don't understand how much that helps. You ain't got no one in the middle or anyone controlling your music.
You're the only one stopping yourself.
Yeah, but I think like most artists want like that instant sound instantly and just want it good, but I had to sit there for years and work and know how to do stuff, so it was just learning. But I'd say, yo, just get a setup and just
My bad.
get
It's all
active.
right, bro.
Nah,
I'd have done it, Z.
Yes,
He's trying to ring me.
They'd have ring me like, yo, you at that Paul's pod or what?
Nah, sweet.
Sure.
mate.
Nah, he rang me before and he was
Text me
like,
or something, yeah, this done it, bro. But yeah, what I was saying,
literally
innit?
just
Yeah,
called me a second ago.
I'd say to any artist, bro, just get a studio because it's helped a lot. And then obviously Jake see me got a studio, he got his own. But then again, it's helped us all as well because then
For
it's
sure,
two
you all
studios
help
to
each
record
other
that.
out.
Because everything, it was just me just doing everything. But now it's kind of like split in the middle, which obviously is,
Splits the
Yeah,
work.
And
yeah,
also,
it's a lot
also
better,
helping
innit?
you out because like you've now got to a point where you can now sell your beats.
Yeah.
So it's like you've now also got a second income that you don't
Yeah, yeah.
that you don't even have to rely on your own music thing. You can do stuff that's also helping other people, but you're also then putting yourself and elevating yourself because you're also making a living out of it as well.
yeah, therefore.
What about you, Jake? How important do you find it to be able to have that creativity to make your own beats as well? Because I feel like sometimes do you feel like, have you ever been in studio before with someone and you've had an idea in your head and you've tried to
And they don't understand.
yeah they don't understand
Yeah,
it.
that's happened
literally-
loads of times. Like,
Literally
Yeah.
exactly why I bought my booth. Like, there was just so much experimental stuff as well that I wanted to try, that I just didn't feel comfortable trying. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously, like my vocals and that, like, have drastically changed like over the years and that, where I was just like, I was spitting, doing grime and da. Whereas like I sing a lot more now and stuff, and obviously like with all that, like you're doing like harmonizing vocals and stuff like that, and you're doing all these like mad vocals and
High
I'm going up
and
super high, doing crazy ad-libs and stuff like that. And it's just not stuff that like you feel like alright doing when it's just bare man chilling in the studio.
Yeah.
Now like I'm calm with it, like
Of course,
I
you
don't
got
mind.
used
I'll,
to it.
yeah, like I'll record. I'll
as
do
it's
my
starting
things.
off.
But
Yeah.
also I can imagine as well, like you said, it costs money to have studio time. So if there's
Yeah.
all these other things you want to try and you're in a position where you've saved enough money to have a small set studio time, you don't also want to waste. I don't. It's not wasting because you're still trying.
Bro,
it out,
and it
but-
might be dead.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
you've
especially if you're paying for it but like when you're at yard, you've got the freedom to try something. And if it don't work, if it don't sound cold, then
And that
you can
engineer
just
might
lie.
not understand the vision or what angle you're trying to go. So it could sound mash up or it could turn out great. It just depends, innit?
And also, you made a good point of saying everyone wants that finished sound straight
Yeah,
away.
instantly.
And you've
I'm
got to
telling
have
you
that
now,
patience.
it's
You've
not
got to have
like
that
that,
patience
yeah.
because you're only going to get better the more you try and the harder you work at it. Like I said,
Yeah.
you've both been doing it for years.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm pretty sure both of you would probably even say there's still so much more that you can improve.
Yeah,
and so much more that
100%.
you can learn. Because
Well, just being in the studio with this guy from London, like just seeing him just doing shit, I'm like, fucking hell, I've got a lot to learn. You get me? Like, it's just always improving, but everyone wants to just get in and just be like, well, if I record or it should just sound like this, but nah, it's not really like that. There's a lot more you need to...
man, will tell you,
get
oh yeah, make it sound like so and so or this, and it's like, bro, it's like a lot of it comes from them as well. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the whole thing. But then I say this, but like I've had that attitude, like with like, oh yeah, like the vocalist and that makes a lot of things right. Like you can't just like go into the, like people think you can just step into the booth, whack auto-tune on your vocals and there's some magic button that's just going to make you sound like fucking Celine Dion or something. Do you know what I mean?
there's so much more to it.
There's more to it. Like you need to learn how to hold the note and you need to do all this stuff. But then on the flip side of that now, it's like you were saying, like going down there and then seeing the production, like proper professional production. Like
Literally.
you're seeing it.
This
and
guy
you're
already
just,
made
like,
this
blown
guy already
away.
made the beat and then he was adding shit in the beat and he was just doing mad shit and I'm thinking, rah, shit.
Guys
man.
playing saxophones and shit while man is spitting and did it, like it's just fucking
Yeah, yeah.
mind blowing. And then it just shows you, like I was saying this in the car afterwards. I was saying it like Z and that. I was like, it's just a big rabbit hole, bro. And I was like, it's like Alice in Wonderland, bro. Like the rabbit hole, it just goes deeper and deeper and deeper. You think you've got to a certain level and you think, yeah, cool, like I'm here, I'm making good music, and then you see another level. And you're like, right, now I need to get to this level.
It's humbling, but it's good though because like I said, you always want to be in the mentality of learning. It's like saying that the way I can apply it is like for MMA fighters or for boxers, you can be sparring with your mates and you can be training and you can get the better of one training partner. But that's the beauty of being in a gym because you can then change partner. And you could be so much better than you get your ass whooped, and it kind of puts you in your place. But like, it puts you in a place in a way that it will make you learn and make you think, oh right, I don't want to make these mistakes next time. Or there's these extra levels that I didn't notice before until I've seen it with this guy. So it's all about. I genuinely think like the one thing that I feel like I've really noticed myself work on in the last year is just the mentality and the way I look at things in so many different ways in terms of life, in terms of the way I approach stuff, and in terms of how I perceive things because
100%.
it is so important. If if that's not straight on, then you're gonna struggle. If like say if you're a music artist and like I said, you're in the studio and you're trying to you're putting in effort, but you're not putting as much effort in, and it doesn't come out the way you wanted it to come out like, and then you'll be like, oh well, it's shit now. The engineer was shit. I can't believe I was spending my time with him. Do you know what I mean?
Even still with me, I'll record something and I'll be like, hey, why is it like that? Maybe it's not that vibe. Maybe it's me, or maybe it's a song, or maybe it's something that I'm doing in it. But I'm not just gonna give up and just be like, oh well, fuck it then, and da.
People don't want to hold themselves accountable as well. Like regardless of anything in life, like anything that goes wrong for you, you've got a certain level of accountability for that. For sure. Even if something is somebody else's fault, someone else's like fault to an extent, it's like, do you know what I mean? You've got to think, well, the only thing that you've actually got overall power on is how you approach that situation. You can't really change how anybody else is going to approach a situation. So instead of being like, oh yeah, that's his fault, or you have to look at yourself and think, what could have I
for sure. Yeah,
even if it's something
that's self-responsibility.
Yeah, even if it's something minor, you've got to think, well, next time I'm going to approach it like this. Because I've always thought about that bare times of like, well, why do my vocals not sound like him? Why does this not sound like I did?
Just doubting yourself in your brain, innit? It's just like,
no, go yard and I'll learn.
And it's hard it's hard because you, as humans, we naturally want to compare ourselves to other people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also that acceptance of knowing who you are and being comfortable with you are not like anyone else, and you've got to just believe in that. You guys have just touched on the fact that you were in London. Is there anything that you can share for anything that's upcoming?
At this moment in time, like, not really, but like, we're working, man. Like, do you know what I mean? We're all we're doing, bro, at this moment in time is like you're saying, bro, like every positive experience is humbling, bro. Do you know what I mean? And like, we're just trying to get up to that next level and that, but obviously it
takes time.
I don't like to divulge stuff like until there's like anything like
confirmed
to divulge, properly divulge, because like I could sit here and speculate, bro, with you and that, and act like whatever and be like, this is what going off and
there's no point, man. It's not.
I've learned, bro, from experience, bro, like just
wait,
it's learning from
keep
other
your head
people
straight,
as well,
bro, and just keep your head on your shoulders, bro, and just keep working, man, and then everything will fall into place and at the right time. But as soon as we can tell you, bro, you'll be the first to know, bro.
What about you? You just filmed a music video, so that is a project that I believe is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we've got that
can you speak about that?
Yeah.
So what's the next tune that your Preem Sound's coming out with?
It's off license, innit? Off license, part 2.
Yeah,
that's
man.
in the woodworks. I'd say it's 100 miles better than the first one. People will know us and know Preem Sound, will know about the first one. But yeah, we've got a second one coming in it. But yeah.
So I'll give you a fun story. So even though I've been following you guys for a long time, Tom here is the guy that is actually the one that got me onto all of you guys. And it was Off License was the first tune that he showed me. So that's like the OG for me, the first Preem Sound tune that I heard.
Oh, is it? Yeah, no, sick. Man. That's still doing
Too Real.
Oh, Too Real, yeah. No, Too Real will always be a banger for me, straight up, man.
What's your favourite tune that you've made, either personally or with Preem Sound?
Well, out or
yeah. Oh well, out or that's. Yeah. I'd say stuff that's released. Obviously, I don't want you to leak anything that's not released.
Right, released. It's a bit of a techie one, you know. I'm trying to think. I don't know, Favourite tune. I'd say production and everything in a whole. I'd say what's out for me is Fashion Week. I'd say just
the video for that.
Just because the bar set high and just everyone went in, the production, all the mixing, everything, and just like the video on top. That was like executed well in it. And song wise, but I don't know, it's hard because like it is that, or for me it's either between that or Double Tap, to be honest. I'm not even on Double Tap, but I proper like that song, like,
mate. Honestly, that's all my housemate Amelia especially, mate, she literally, I'm not even lying, every day
banging that tune. That's what I mean. It's that for me, it's out of them ones. Yeah,
do you know what's so funny about that? There's a guy in the comments that literally says the white guy doesn't know what he's doing, which is me.
You can't watch them comments, you know, man. People be chatting shit.
It's funny though.
It's mad. Do you know, I was saying this the other day. Yeah, like I was like, do you know me, bro? Like honestly, I do not look at the YouTube comments, like barely. Like, but I probably get told more about YouTube comments than I look at them, because I know for a fact that like, if I see 100 comments telling me, I'm cold, you lot of fire, this is sick.
What's one or two?
There'll be one comment that says something, And I believe, trust me now, that'll be the comment that you're held up on. You'll be
Innit?
thinking about that comment so much.
Yeah, but like, why is he saying that for?
But there's
Yeah,
100
getting
other
mad
people
parrot.
that are saying that you're sick. It's like anything, bro. Like, if you've got a sick t-shirt on or whatever, and everybody's going, yo, that t-shirt's cold, you know, bro. Like, that's sick. I like it. But one person goes, I don't know. You're gonna go start doubting it.
You'll be like, hey, but why don't you? You know what I mean? You're asking why don't you? But nah, it's
like, that's what I mean. Like, us as human beings, like, we proper want like affirmation of everyone. Like, that's why Instagram's so banging, because everybody wants to be liked and everybody wants to be like literally, do you know what I mean? Everyone wants to be liked. Everyone wants to be told that they're sick. So when they're not, or something goes against that, like, you proper hold on to it. And like, I ain't got time for that, bro. So I just rather just not look at it at all. Not get gassed off the positive and not get down by the negative.
I fully see where you come from. That's why the first couple of videos I ever posted on my podcast, I disabled all comments. Because I was like, I didn't want any comments, because like you said, I didn't want to look at any positive comments, or I didn't want to take in any negative comments.
Yeah.
But obviously I've changed from a lot of people actually, like, for fans especially, I think they like reading the comments. But I know what you mean, because it is so easily, like, you can easily get so trapped and focused into looking at comments, and you can get led away, and it can damage your ego as well, like, if you're not careful. But that also comes down to having a strong set of mates that are close around you, because really and truly, that's the only real affirmation you need, is from your close circle of mates. And as long as you've got people supporting you and helping you in a positive way, and you can take critical criticism off of your actual mates as well, because you've also got to be able to take criticism, because you're not always right at the same time.
Yeah, 100%.
You're never right.
No,
so it's finding that balance.
Definitely.
What about you, Jake? What's your favourite tune that you've either been on, or personally, or Preem Sound?
I don't know, you know, like...
What about Preem Sound thing? What would you say? It's a hard one, you know, still.
For Preem,
there's a lot.
Because if we're saying out, innit, I'd say, it's... I don't know.
I know what my favourite tune is, I think, of yours that's not come out yet. But I won't say it. I'll let you know after.
I know my favourite thing that's not
I like LCA.
Yeah, no, LCA
I
is
don't
cold
know
stuff.
about LCA, but like, I like LCA and Fashion Week, bro. Just because of like what it's done, like, for us in general, like, not even just in terms of what the tune's done, but like, I feel like
has it opened like eyes onto you that you've not had before.
Yeah, and I just feel like it's injected like a lease of life into us to like, to keep working and work hard and work. We've set the bar high for ourselves.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning of the year as well, so it's like you've got a whole year now where you can keep pushing.
So now we need to hit that bar and go beyond it now.
Yeah, literally.
So like, I like it because for that reason as well. But
people kind of like walk up to us, innit? Because if you compare it to last year to now, innit? Even though we're in the short type of month, we've done more this year than last year, innit?
So and it's only April.
Yeah.
Beginning of April, so you've got big things. I know, I've got a feeling, like, I can already feel the momentum that you guys are picking up. And
it's just
like I said, like, you guys, even though you say you might not have been working as hard in the last couple of years, I still think, like, the talent has still shown in the last couple of years. And, like, you guys have definitely got it. I honestly... In my opinion, I think it's just a matter of time before you guys blow.
Yeah,
and I'd love to see it, bro. Because, like, especially like I said, the last few months, how much work you've been putting in.
Yeah,
I know how much you guys genuinely do deserve it, and you're all genuinely so sound, all talented. So if there is a group of people that deserve it, it's definitely you.
Big up, man.
Respect, bro.
Big up.
A bit off topic from music, but have you seen McGregor and Poirier got announced, the trilogy?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, the trilogy is
when was this?
I think it got announced officially like 2 days ago.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I was wondering what you thought. Who do you think is going to win the next fight?
There's a lot of shit talking, but I don't know if McGregor, like, I'm hoping that he proves me wrong.
Yeah, but there's something that's happened with McGregor, man.
For it, man, anymore. I feel like
trust me. What I've always said, it's that Khabib thing. Since he had that swing with Khabib, I don't know, his soul's gone, and it's just been kind of like a downhill. Like,
Khabib made him look like a child, innit? Really.
Yeah.
Like,
that whole
he
fight
did violate him.
It was a violation, that fight. Like, I remember we was in Liverpool.
Yeah, I
remember we was in Nando's and we was watching it, like, the highlights the next day.
I just seen the clips of McGregor on the floor just getting thumped in. I thought, fucking hell, it's
done out for him.
I was so convinced he was going to beat him as well.
Never since he punched that old man in that bar and that, I thought, bro, you man are losing it now.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what it is? I think, like I said, we can always speculate from the outside, but I think he obviously must have had a bad circle of mates around him as well, because there's no way that you're getting yourself into that situation.
Yeah, innit?
I just think, like, I can make all the comments and that and be like, yeah, he's moving mad and but it's like, how mad would you move with that? I always say the same about people like Justin Bieber. Like, everyone was going mad at him when he was like 19 and like getting stoned driving Lamborghinis. I'm telling you now, bro, if that was me, bro, if I was 19, bro, with a fucking 500 mil or whatever the fuck.
It's hard to judge, bro. You're not in that situation.
Bro, I'd have been way worse than that. You look at me doing the maddest shit, bro. Like, do you know what I mean?
Mate, McGregor literally went from picking up welfare checks to fighting Floyd Mayweather for
There you
4
go, bro.
years.
There you go.
years
So
as well.
he's gonna act a bit of out of character. The only difference is it's like everybody's quick to judge people like over the internet now, but it's like, bro, how many mistakes have you made? How many
People
mistakes
always make mistakes.
But guess what? They're not documented because, like, obviously, no offense, but no one really cares about you. Do you know what I mean? Because you're just living your standard day-to-day life. So all your mistakes and that can be brushed into your youth and brushed into your childhood. But these lot are there. On
Cameras
display.
are on them, innit? Everything's
24/7.
on them. Anything
And
you do,
that adds more pressure as well.
and
Yeah,
anything you do, it's on.
100%. And it definitely doesn't excuse anything that's happened. But I just think that like people should look at stuff in a way before like proper casting like the mad judgment on people.
But it's,
Like,
also, I think we're in an era as well of cancel culture. So many people are just so like, you can do one thing and you can get cancelled. Like I said, one mistake can literally end you.
done, innit?
Bro, that's a hard one, bro, because like some people like they do stuff, bro. It's unexcusable, bro.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
it's
For sure.
Like, even bro, even stuff like that, like, bro, it's bang out of order. You can't, like, do you know what I mean? Regardless, like, I'm not gonna sit there and make excuses for people. I'm just saying that like, don't feed into this culture so much that like you're just trying to draw out everybody for every single thing they've ever said or anything.
Especially with tweets, with tweets as well. That's the one thing that gets me. People that pull up tweets from like 6 years ago,
6, 7, 8
like,
years
bro,
ago.
I was a different person literally like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
So to compare yourself to something that you're
celebrities, innit? They'll get like
Bro, we
tweets from like
develop, bro.
2010 or something, and they're like, oh, this, that, fucking.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But all on like some like
Yeah.
life journey. Do you know what I mean? And we've all developed over time. Like I'm a way different person to like how I was like 5 years ago, 10 years ago,
definitely.
7 years ago, whatever, a year ago. Like you develop over time, and I've got to think that like if that was proper under scrutiny and people was watching me all the time, then I might have fucked up a few times and I might have said things or I might have and you're drawing people out, like but I just think like don't throw stones in glass houses. In I've got a lot of opinions on celebrities and stuff like that, just like anybody else has. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd just sit with my girl, have a little gossip and natter about however. But I'm also not gonna go onto their Instagram and be like, yeah, you're this and you're that.
I don't get people who do that,
you.
mate. They go commenting and shit.
One, I don't know you, and secondly, I'm not that like I don't know how that's going to affect you mentally if it's compounded in comments and that, because everybody's quick to come out like when somebody like tops themselves and be like, yo, look.
Oh mate, that's the one thing that grinds me.
You should have been kinder. It's like, but just how about you just mind your own business? If someone's doing something that you don't like, fair enough, chat to your mum about it, do you know what I mean? Chat to your mates about it, chat to whoever about it, but don't go publicly on record, because that's what you're doing, you're going on record. Don't go on record and start chatting shit about that person and be like, oh yeah, you're this and you're that and da-da-da-da. You don't know anybody's circumstances, and you don't know that person, so it's weird anyway. And thirdly, like, fucking hell, have you never done anything wrong yourself?
It just comes down to the simplest terms. Treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah,
it's that simple. But what do you think of AJ and Fury?
Oh, it's going to be a bad fight, that's going to be a sick fight, that.
Who have you got?
I'd say Tyson Fury, me, 100%.
You know, me and Z have got a bet on 50 quid for the winner. He reckons AJ's going to beat Fury.
Nah, I don't know, you know, like, he ain't got, like... Nah.
What are the odds on him? I bet that are the odds alright?
No,
the odds are
I'm not sure.
I might have a flutter on that, but like, I don't.
A little quick 50, yeah.
I'd love to go.
I can't at this moment in time.
It is a
I cannot
tricky
see
one.
AJ beating Fury.
Innit?
Just like boxing for boxing. I'm hoping that like he proves me wrong to the extent that I think that he's gonna get like. Personally, I think he's gonna outbox him all over. But I want to be surprised because like I want AJ to like.
Yeah,
I'd be happy either. I'd be happy literally either way. I'd be happy for
They're
AJ.
both English, so it's like a win-win. The two best, the heavyweight division has always been notoriously known as the best boxing division. So it's kind of sick that the two guys at the top are English now. But I think they've kind of fucked up with all the restrictions and everything that's going on, the uncertainty. Yeah. I think the first fight's going to take place.
When they're saying the fight's going to be?
I think it's going to be like August, September time. I think it's going to be at the Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, 70,000 people, which is a bit shit. AJ Fury, that's something that you'd want to be like Wembley.
Yeah, literally.
But
I know.
Nowadays it's all about money. Who's got the most money? Who can make the most money out of the event? And that's what it comes down to, unfortunately.
Yeah, literally.
Bro, do you know what?
That is going to be a sick fight though, can't lie.
we're pretty late, you know.
Yeah, we'll close it off.
I can't lie.
What?
These lot here. I can't lie, we're pretty
Nah,
late.
sweet. Well,
As much as I could stay
it's
here for
alright,
6
man.
hours.
We're going for
innit?
like 45 minutes, so we're on.
Yeah,
We'll close it
I
off
know.
with. Yeah, is that Z?
Yeah, that's Z now, yeah.
Yeah, Z.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
saying?
He's here. Yo. Yeah.
We're live.
We're on the
man.
pod now, we're
We're
live.
live.
We just literally just closed it up.
No, it's a coldest shirt. Nah,
That's not cat. You've never
got to be
told
on
a lie. Yeah, I feel like I'm on Chucky online.
This guy's trying to get in conversations like, yo, what's going on, dude?
He's trying to get
I'm
on
like,
part
yo,
two
I'm
already.
mid
Be on the
podcast.
podcast.
I did say to him if he was going to sit in, but I think he was just.
Yeah, we're saying
He's
that.
a bit long sometimes.
Our last
Yeah.
episode was called, so.
But yeah, to close off, I'll both ask you this individually. What's your plans for the next year? Like, if you look back on this podcast in 12 months' time, what do you want to have achieved in that time? We'll start with you first, Mads.
Just dropping loads of music. Just getting loads of content out. Music. Loads of vids. Yeah, just loads of music. I want to look back and be like, alright, since when I did this podcast, there's hella music that's come out. So hopefully we could come back again and do another thing. And talk about that
Definitely.
music, innit? So yeah, I'm just...
On a higher level.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, that's me really.
Sound. And what about you, Jake?
Bro, I'm trying to pull up to the podcast, bro. In a Lamborghini. Some mad shades and some dickhead fur jacket.
Hopefully, I'll be in a nice fresh studio as well.
And, yeah,
Trust.
and just flex and but truthfully, like, I'm just trying to keep elevating, bro. I'm trying to keep moving.
growing.
I'm trying to just everything that we've done over this year. I'm just trying to keep doing that and
Keep it
take it
flow.
up and just keep the flow, man, and just keep the chart moving smooth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
keep moving
definitely.
up. I'm not trying to wait for that day break overnight, like bam into the stratosphere. I'm trying to just keep
Pace
it
it
moving,
up.
keep it moving,
Yeah.
keep it pacing, and just let everything flow naturally. And like, do you know what? Like, it's gonna happen, bro. Like,
You gotta
I
believe it.
can feel it,
I
bro,
know
do
it's
you know
gonna
what I
happen.
mean?
It's just a matter of
I
time.
can
boys.
feel it,
Yeah.
bro. We just need to just
Slow,
not
slow.
rush the process, bro, and not get frustrated with it. Just keep it going, and yeah.
Well, thank you, boys. Jake and Mads, everyone. Thank you for having us.
There you go.
Well, thank you for having me. You on, not having us on.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the pod.
Love.
That's alright.
Energy.